This tool helps you migrate data from Teradata database to Oracle database. As you can see, the kit provides you with these components. We have Tera to Ora Migration DT, which is a DT project, a user guide which gives you step-by-step instructions on how this tool is to be used, the workflow mTera column details, which consists of all the source data column details and the table details. The first thing we will do is import this workflow XML into the repository. So I have imported the workflow into Informatica repository. The mapping looks somewhat like this, and I have my workflow also in place. If you want to make any minor changes, please look into your session properties for your source connection, where you want your target file to be present. The output file directory at present is $pm target file directory. So when I run my workflow, the XML will be generated in the $pm target file directory. Let me run this workflow. Okay, so my workflow is run. I have my file present in Control V. Okay, Tera to Ora underscore columns.xml. This is the file generated by the mapping. Now this file will be used in your DT project to generate two scripts. One will be your SQL script, which will help you create all the tables in the Oracle database, and the second will be a .txt, which you would convert into XML and import it into Informatica to generate all your mappings, and a single workflow which will help you run these mappings and transfer all the data from Tera database to Oracle database. So let me go to Informatica repository. No, sorry. First, let us go to the data transformation. So we import the project. You go to File, Import, Existing Data Transformation Project into Workspace, Browse. This is your project. Present in this is a .cmw file which is to be imported. Next, you can name your project as you like. So I have Tera to Ora Migration DT. Next, finish. My project is in place. My project consists of a parser, a serializer, and a SQL script. The SQL script, as I said, will generate a script to create all the target tables in your Oracle database. The serializer will help create an XML which can be imported into Informatica repository, helps generate all the mappings which will transfer the Teradata source data into Oracle database. I have a single parser which will run both the serializer and generate both my scripts in the results file. So I run this parser. You can check for any errors in your navigation space, and before you run this parser, make sure you have changed your local file to the file generated from the workflow that we just ran. Same thing goes with serializer. You change the local file to Tera to Ora columns.xml, and it applies to your SQL script as well. So I already had it in place, but you will generate this through your workflow and then import it here. Once this is done, we have our files generated in the results folder. Okay, so here we have our output Tera to Ora xml.txt and SQL scripts.sql. My outputs file is generated as a .txt file, as you can see. We need to convert this to an XML file. I make another copy of this, change it to .xml. Okay. Once this is converted to .xml, we are going to import this through the Informatica repository into our folder. Let me use a new folder. Okay, so I have already imported a workflow here. So I have named my workflow Teradata test 1. Okay, I have all my sessions in place. This was my source data, and of course all my mappings in place. Let us have a look into the designer. So all these mappings which you can see checked out are the ones imported through the doc.xml file which was generated by my DT project. So we can have a look into one. So this is one of my mappings which has been created. It has created multiple mappings for me depending on how many source tables I had. Similarly, I have a single workflow which will help me run all the mappings. One thing that you need to check before you run this workflow are all the session properties. Make sure that in the session properties you have the correct source database connection, the target database connection, and even the owner name. So that's my source customer name. I have specified my source table name. The owner name is financial, and that is my target database connection. Okay, so I have made these changes in all my sessions. Once I run this workflow, all my mappings are run. To check if your data has been loaded into the Oracle database, you can check with Toad. So I select star from one of the tables. Let me take credit underscore account. Run this. So here's the data that has been loaded. I hope this tool would be helpful for you. Thank you.